where the Iron Age meets the digital age. This is a petrol-electric hybrid super sports car, which gives a glimpse of the future, but with one foot still reassuringly in the past.
But actually, we've been here before.
1989, what a year! The Berlin Wall came down, The Simpsons first started on TV, and Honda built a supercar that you could drive without it trying to kill you or destroy itself.
It was called the New Sports Experimental, or NSX for short, and it changed everything. It was developed with the help of Formula One ace Ayrton Senna and featured clever new tech that you didn't even get on rivals from Ferrari nor Porsche.
Today, the NSX has a mid-mounted 3.5-litre twin-turbo V6 and 3 electric motors. You've got some batteries and you recharge those when you're braking. Combined, you've got 581 horsepower. That's more than a Ferrari 458 Italia, which was actually this car's benchmark.
The benchmark for the old NSX was the Ferrari 328, so Honda's engineers have always had Italy's finest in their sights.
And the Honda developed 270 horsepower from its high-revving 3-litre V6 VTEC engine.
As well as a super slick 5-speed manual, lazy drivers could opt for a 4-speed auto, which quite frankly sucked. However, there's no complaints about the automatic in the latest generation car.
The new NSX has a 9-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox. So first gear, that's basically for launching. Ninth gear, that's for cruising. And all the 7 in between, they're just so close together that you just fire through them in no time at all.
0 to 62 miles an hour takes under 3 seconds, and top speed is 191 miles an hour. It's brutally fast. If only it sounded a little bit more charismatic.
The original NSX's engine revs out to 7,500 RPM, and as you can hear, it sounds absolutely glorious. Thing is though, you really do have to spank this car if you want to make it go quickly, and even then 0 to 60, that takes 5.7 seconds, and top speed is 168 miles an hour.
Both cars are undoubtedly icons. The new car does things the old one could only dream of. It's mind-blowingly fast and shows Honda is at the top of its game. And that's what the old car did back in its day. But the hybrid tech of the new model means the two cars couldn't actually feel more different.
Now the electric motors, they're not there for efficiency, though admittedly this car is supposed to be able to do 28 miles per gallon. They're actually there just for performance. So you've got one in the back helping drive the rear wheels, and that fills in the gap in power when you put your foot down before those turbos have spooled up, so there's no lag. Then you've got 2 at the front which power each front wheel individually, and that helps drag you through the corners and really makes this car handle brilliantly. Now all this electrical gubbins does add weight, and this car, well, it kind of tips the scales at just under 1,800 kilos, so it's a lot heavier than the old NSX. But you know what, you can really sense that Ayrton Senna's spirit is alive in this car.
The old car, on the other hand, feels light.
And it's actually really easy to drive as well. You have anti-lock braking, traction control, but there's no anti-skid control, nor clever torque vectoring, of course. And so, yeah, you need to have some skills if you're going to keep up with a modern hot hatch on a twisty road, otherwise you're going to find yourself exiting the road backwards. But you know, that's kind of what makes this car just so rewarding to drive.
Driving the new NSX is also a buzz, but of a different sort.
So the pedals, they're not connected to the brakes nor the engine. You are effectively flying by wire. But even though everything's computer controlled, this thing, I mean, it feels completely natural. It really is genuine good fun. You've got various driving modes to suit your needs, and if you want to, you can turn the ESP off so you can dick around and have some fun. Or you can put the car in EV mode and drive away silently at night so you don't disturb your neighbours.
Visually, the new car lacks originality. The design is a sort of amalgamation of other supercars. It's a similar story on the inside, though as I hit the road in a left-hand drive car, it did grow on me.
Here on the inside, the car doesn't feel quite so space age, so it's generally nice to sit in, but there are a few cheap bits of plastic about the place. An Audi R8 V10 does feel posher to sit in. Also, you haven't got any cup holders, though at least there's a boot which you can fit some golf clubs in. Though really, I mean, who cares about that? This car, it's absolutely brilliant on the track, yet it's also excellent out here on the road. It's surprisingly comfy, and the visibility is really good for a supercar as well. This is definitely a car that you can live with every day.
But then so was the original, and even now it leaves an impression.
This must have been an absolute revelation back in 1990. You hop out of a Ferrari, you've been sweating loads, it's absolutely tiring, you almost killed yourself 3 times. You jump in this NSX and you can drive it pretty much like a Civic. It's comfortable, it all just works, shouldn't break down on you, and it absolutely flies. What a gem of a car.
So then, the new NSX has a lot to live up to, but if you forget about nostalgia, really, it's no contest.
And out here on the road as well as on the track, this new NSX, it just smashes the old car. Now at £138,000, it is rather expensive. For that you could have an Audi R8 V10 Plus or a Porsche 911 Turbo with some options. But those cars, to be frank, they feel a little bit old hat compared to this thing. I mean, this is not just a modern super sports car, this is the next generation of super sports car.
You see, just like the original, this new NSX rewrites the rulebook for its class. Honda has done it again.